Good afternoon. Hey, everybody. This is Kim with Kim's Creations and Card Ministry coming to you on a pre-recorded video. This is video 2 that I've done today. It is Sunday, November the 5th, 2023. I'm going to try to do all 3 of these cards in one session. If it's taking too long, I'll break them up and do 3 sessions. So this might be video 1 of 3. But we'll see. I'll label it accordingly, depending on how long it takes to do. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I enjoy making cards. It's great. It's great therapy. It's great for stress because it's very relaxing for me to do these. And I enjoy giving them away to people in the old homes or nursing homes or hospice, veterans, just anywhere where there's people that are lonely and maybe the old people that don't have anybody to come see them and that sort of thing. So that's kind of my mission, is to share a smile as much as I can. So I do a large volume of cards, and so if anybody wants to help me with meeting that need, there's a few ways you can help. The first one is if you live nearby and you want to come and make cards, you can come help me and I'll have stuff ready and you can kind of just help me put them together. The second thing would be if you would purchase from my store through Stampin' Up. Use me as your demonstrator, and depending on how much money you would be spending would be whether or not you'd use the host code that I have here. If you're spending less than $150, I ask that you use my host code as well as put me in as your demonstrator, and then I get credit for that. And plus, if I add smaller orders together, once you get up to $150, you get kind of like rewards dollars. So if you spend $150, though, I want you to get the rewards. So just be sure keep that in mind if you're placing an order. You can always order stuff and have it sent to me too. That's great, because I'm always running out of paper and markers and new stamp sets that I like to get, and ink refills and dimensionals and embellishments and ribbon, all kinds of stuff, because it's forever changing, and just to kind of keep up with the colors and the styles and the designs, and get out fresh products. So there's somebody that I sent a card, the card they got from me last year. So I like to switch out my paper and stuff. Okay, I was seeing what Brody was barking out. There's a person walking down the road. Of course, he has to bark at them. So I'm sorry about the barking. So anyway, if you have any questions about anything, want to help with with my mission, great. You can call me. That's the best way to reach me, 864-752-5688. You can send me a text message. Tell me who you are, what you're needing, and I will message you back, and then we can talk on the phone, 864-752-5688. Again, I'm Kimberly O'Brien. If you go to StampinUp.com and search for me, Kimberly O'Brien, Obrien. I don't think my zip code, the zip code that I live, sometimes people will put in like a zip code that they're close to get a demonstrator. I don't know why, but I don't think my zip code comes up. So you'll have to search by my name. You can select me as your demonstrator. And then again, if you spend less than $150, use my host code, please. If you spend at least $35, I will send you a free card kit. It'll give you everything that you need to make 4 cards, 2 designs, 2 of each design. And it'll be everything but stamps. You'll have to do your own stamping from, whatever stamps you might have, or draw something even if you wanted to. But I try to keep them simple. So like this doesn't have a ton of stamping on it. It's paper for the most part. And you could handwrite thinking of you. I mean, some people could do that and be happy with their own writing. Or you could print something on your computer and print it off on cardstock and stick it on there. So just a couple thoughts there. All right, so these are the sample cards that I'm working with today. I used one 6x6 piece of designer paper. So these papers that have prints on them that are pre-printed are designer series paper. Let me find, trying to see what I did with that designer series paper. Hang on just a second. Is this one? No, it's not this one. Maybe. Hang on. Let me see if I can find it here. It seems like every time I go to pull this paper out, I've lost it. I don't know where it is. Okay, that's One Horse Open Sleigh. I don't know. Maybe this is. No. This is it. It's Garden Walk, I think. No, I'm going to use Garden Walk today. The cards I do today are going to use Garden Walk. Maybe this was the Simply Irresistible. I don't think this is it, though. Let me look real quick. It might be. That might be what I used. Maybe. I don't know. This might be. I was thinking it was a different set. Huh. Okay. Well, at any rate, it's designer series paper. Some of them come in 12 by 12 sheets. Some of them come in 6 by 6. This particular design that I used on this card was 6 by 6, and I got 3 cards using the one 6 by 6 sheet of paper. So if I can get this one to come out here, I'll show you. I'm trying to get my hands on one. So a piece of paper that was this size right here. And so this side has pretty design on it. That's just kind of generic. But I would use and get... cut this so that I get 3 cards out of it. Okay, so this is what I did with these 3, and wherever that paper went that I used. Oh wait, I think I see it now. I was cleaning up a good bit in here, and got a lot of this stuff. Got a lot of it put away, but I swear I thought I had more in this paper pack than this. So it was this paper. And I don't have the title of it, but see, there's a piece that's similar to this one that I have used. Because I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, so this one is just a pretty standard basic card. I think I have it opening this way. And then I always put a little something on the inside. And then this one is a little bit fancier than this one. I added a fold. I added some ribbon. I put an extra piece on here for my sentiment. And then I did some extra stamping there. So here's how this one opens. Put a few little embellishments. I did put embellishments. So this one's like stepped up just a little bit. And then this last one, I stepped it up even more by adding more of a fancy closure to the card with this ribbon. Added some extra background color to my sentiment. Expanded on the background paper a little bit, bringing in more stamping. And so this one's got this kind of cut again, and did something pretty on the inside. So kind of 3 levels of card making there, like a beginner and an intermediate and then an advanced or an avid stamper or card maker. So now you've got these 3. Let me leave them here because I'm going to show you what I did using this paper that's in the mini catalog right now. It's one of our new papers called Garden Walk. And that number is 162227. This coordinates with, there is a stamp set that goes with it. I did not get the stamp set, but I did get the punch. It's this modern oval punch that I use a good bit. I did not use it on these 3 cards, but I think I used it maybe on these next ones. And the paper that I'm using, the sample cards that I have here that I'm going to show you, I used, I can find the paper that I used. It was this one, I believe. I used this piece of paper. Again, I got 3 cards with that one piece of paper. And I made them similar to these three, similar but different, but these are what I modeled them after. So the first one that we're going to do, and we're going to make these cards today. The first one is this one. So it's kind of modeled after this card right here. I did fancy it up a little bit since it's Christmas. I made it a Christmas card. And then again, I always put something inside. It's kind of just simple and classy on the inside. So that's our first one. For this one, again, it's probably a little fancier than the original design, but here's the one that I kind of copied the design. I moved it around a little bit, put a little bit more ribbon, but again, you got the card designer paper here, and then a stamped on the inside. So when you fold it, open it like that, then you see the inside where I stamped. Okay, so that's that one. That's the second card. And then the third card that was modeled after this one, same similar, pretty much the same design, just changed it up. And that's this one right here. Used the same punches here for my sentiment. I did add a little bit of stamping in this one. And then you untie the closure here, the ribbon, and whoops. And then you open it up, and then here's the inside. Again, I always try to put something on the inside. Okay. So that's the three cards. These are the three that we're going to make today. And again, they're gonna be a little different, I think. I think I'm making them maybe a tiny bit different than those three that I just did. But they're all modeled after these three cards here. So let me set these all out of the way. We're using this paper right here. Another one that I want to use with these cards to do a set would be this one that you have the pretty poinsettia that's actually in the paper. So I'm gonna probably do a set similar to these with this paper next. All right. So moving on. Oh, while I'm here, so I went to a card making class yesterday. I take my mom to a friend down the road in the next little town, and she does card classes, and I was doing them with her for a while. And yesterday we had our kind of like our early Christmas party, and we made a little, you could call it an ornament or a package decoration for Christmas. Of course, you can make it for any occasion, depends on the paper you use, but we used some designer paper and made this like little star ribbon thing. You could, like I said, you could put it on a package for the present, or you could hang it on the tree. Either way, I thought it was really cute. And her name is Susan Owen. She's in South Carolina also. I think she's got Dixie Sue Stamping is her Facebook page. And I don't remember who she got this star from, but she got the idea from somebody and shared it with all of us yesterday. And so we made some stars. And I don't think she does videos, so I may video this one in a couple of weeks, in case anybody wants to do these for their packages. All right, moving on. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, I'll have to get up and check every once in a while, make sure that I'm still in the camera. Oh, by the way, I'm trying to get up to 50 subscribers, because once I get 50, I can do lives, and then I can watch and make sure everything stays in the picture. But right now, I can't do lives yet. I have to have 50 subscribers. So if you're watching and you haven't subscribed, it would mean so much if you'd subscribe to my channel. Ask your friends, family, anybody to subscribe so I can get up to my 50 subscribers. That would be so, so helpful. All right, so for this card, I think I decided to use this crumb cake piece. So this is just a half of a piece of standard cardstock, 8.5 by 11, cut in half at 5.5. I do need to score it. This is the first one, Kim, isn't it? No, wait, did I pull out the wrong card? I pulled out the wrong one. Hang on a minute. This is not card number 1. Which one's card 1? Here's card 1. Sorry, guys. Take 2. Card number 1. 8.5 by 11. Cut in half long way. So cut it at 4 1/4 and score it at 5 1/2. So we're going to fold it in half. And I will use my bone folder to crease that a little bit. I need to put my glasses on here. Check my fold. Okay. Then the next thing that you need for this card is for you're going to need a piece for the outside. That will be going right here, layer right here. It is 4 by 5 1/4. So it's a standard cover sheet kind of a thing, cover size. I cut some pieces out of the brushed gold designer paper. It was kind of off of a scrap, so I just worked with what I had. So these are 5 by 1/2 inch. You need 2 pieces that are 5 inches by 1/2 inch. And if you don't have quite a 1/2 inch, it's fine. But you need to have enough to glue it onto the edges here and have some of it peek out. So if you don't have enough to quite do a 1/2 inch, you could do a little less than that. And then I also have a 1/4 inch strip that went on the inside. I'm using these gold embellishments. There's another set of these that's in the mini catalog that comes with some copper and some gold, copper, gold, white, and maybe a brownish color, pecan pie maybe. There's another set of those in there. I think that one's in the annual catalog. This ribbon is, find my roll, here it is. And I cut it in half. So it's this ribbon cut in half up the middle. It is in the annual catalog. It's called Golden Vanilla Satin Edged. And it's in the annual catalog, and the number for this is 159555. 159555. And it's just going to go as a little bow. Just use a little bow down here at the bottom, just to add a little something to it. Okay, then I used the punch from, this is in the annual catalog. It's called Inked and Tiled. It was the Inked and Tiled bundle. So this is the Inked and Tiled punch. It's part of a punch pack. So this is one of 2 punches, and this is the one I used for this card. And I used this piece with the wild wheat and then a piece of vanilla. They're both from that same punch. And I'll just offset it when I glue it on there. I'll just offset it a little bit. This piece of wild wheat. So this is one of the new in colors. It came from, in a second, I'll find it. It's in the specialty papers in the annual catalog in that section. Here we go. So there was a couple pages of each color, of each of the new in colors. And this is called the 2023-2025 in color 12 by 12 luster specialty paper. So it's not glittery, but it does have like a luster of a shine, but not super shiny. Okay. It is number 161746. And again, it comes in all the in color colors that, so there's that. That's really pretty, that Pebble Path, Copper Clay, Wild Wheat, Boho Blue, and the Moody Mauve. And then there's the Boho Blue right there. All right, so just that little piece that we punched out of that. And then the last thing for an embellishment on this card I'm using is this little trinket here. And I believe these are still in the online store. They were retired off of last year's mini catalog, but I believe they're still available in the online store. It's called a textural element. A textural element. 159. Sorry, y'all. Let me get my magnifying glass. 159,966. Okay. And you can color these with your Stampin' Blends or your Stampin' Right markers. I'm using Stampin' Blends on mine because I don't have the colors that I need for the Stampin' Right markers, but which though might actually work better than the blends, but it's got to use what you have too. So, all right. So the first thing that we have to do. Oh, I'm gonna need a piece for the inside too. Another piece of the vanilla. Let's see if I have another one cut. I think I cut several yesterday. I thought I put it in here, but apparently I did not. I'm pretty sure that's vanilla. Yep, so that will go. That's the standard 5 1/4 by 4. So we got one for the inside. Oh, now what did I use? Stamp set that I used. I used a retired stamp set. I bought a lot of Christmas sets last year, and all of those sets that I bought, like one carried over. And so there's very little of the Christmas things from last year that carried over and that's available to purchase now. But you can use any sentiment you want to. That's really the only stamping that was in this card was a sentiment. And it seems like I've seen the word joy on a new one, but I couldn't find it when I was working on this the other day. But so the joy came out of this Merriest Moments from last year. And also, what did the Wishing You Hope and Peace of Christ come from? Let's see. That might have been a current one. It's this one. Yes. This one is a current one. It's called The Hope and Peace. Wishing you the hope and peace of Christ this season. Actually, I think this was a set from last year. One of the ones that did carry over. But that's what I took this from. And there's that's a very pretty Merry Christmas that's in here. I do use that on a lot of my cards. Some of the other cards in this, because of the this set having like poinsettias on some of the papers and stuff, the Christmas papers, I did use the poinsettias out of this set and the hollies and the holly berries because I had it. There is the other set that coordinated with this paper and with the oval punch, the modern oval punch is the set that this coordinated with in the mini catalog. Was it this one? Yes, modern oval and the garden walk paper came together in a bundle. The punch and the garden walk or whatever it was called. The stamp set that came with this had poinsettias in it. And I'm like, I have a poinsettia set, so I didn't buy another one. But there is one available that you can purchase. It's beautiful. So if you want to use the poinsettias, then you can get that set if you don't already have one. All right, so to cut this paper, we're going to cut this. This is 6 by 6. Let me double check and make sure actually this piece is not. It's been cut. Let me find one that has not been cut because I thought it looked a little short. So it's had a strip cut off right here. So let me find one that hasn't had that strip cut off. Let's see. These baggies are barely big enough to get over the edge. I am pretty sure there's some more in here. Isn't that pretty? That's pretty too. That'd be pretty for Christmas. Come on. Let's see, guys. I know I had some. Okay, those are all. Oh, there we go. Here we go. That one's a full. That one's a full size. Let's stick this one back in here. And it would be pretty, like I said, to do one with this, but I'm going to stick to the same paper that I used. Double check. Yep, it's 6 by 6. So we're going to get our trimmer out, and the only thing we're going to do is cut it in 3 2-inch strips. I'm not going to cut, I'm pretty sure that what I need to cut off is a 1/2 inch. But one of the cards was a little bit different than the other two, so I'll just wait and cut them when I get to them. But I know I need 3 2-inch strips, so I need 2 inches for each card. Okay, so here's 1 2-inch strip for the first card. And here's the 2-inch strip for the second and the third cards. So I'll move those out of the way. And then for the first card, we're pretty much just going to leave it like this. We're going to attach the gold to the edges here and here. And then we'll lay it down and we'll cut it off after we lay it down on our card. Okay? So let's get the 2 1/2-inch strips. I'm going to get my little silicone mat here to glue on. And the way I'm going to glue this, and I know because I'm turning this at an angle, I'm going to glue it so that it's almost to the edge on this side and almost to the edge down here on this side. And that way, when you do it at the angle, you can make sure everything fits on the card. I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but that's what I'm doing. All right. So I'll just go down the edge of this right here. I just want to leave out about 1/4 inch to be exposed. And so I'm going to put that one. All right. I'm sorry if I'm getting my head in the way. I'm just trying to, I'll stand up and then I can see a little bit better. Here we go. I'll put that one down. And getting that glue on there was not good, because glue on the gold is a pain. My finger a little bit wet, and get it off before it dries. All right, and then I need to do this other side. And we'll want to let this sit and dry for a couple minutes before we do anything with it, because when you're sticking stuff down to these slicky papers, the slippery kind of shiny papers, sometimes they take a little bit longer to dry and to hold. So I'll let it sit a couple minutes before I go try to lay it on my paper and cut it down. So what I'll do is, in the meantime, while this is drying, we will, so that's going to go on my piece here, and I'm going to set it over here. Set this over here to dry. My inside piece, I'm going to put that other piece right here, and then we're going to stamp, "Wishing you hope and peace of Christ this season." And I think I've already got that on a block. I'm going to glue this on, well, I think I'll stamp first. And that way, if I mess up, I can turn my card over. Oh yeah, I've got a box here. It's got all my stamps in it already. These are supposed to already be on the blocks. I think it's this one. Yep, there it is. And I was using Garden Green. What else am I needing for this one? I need the Joy stamp for this one. Let me find it. There it is. Go ahead and pull that one out. Actually, I think I'll pull this over here to help me line it up. I don't really have enough. I'll just do it like this. That's fine. Okay. Put glue on the back. Let's see if this is going to have to be trimmed at all. Nope. is. Again, this is like brushed metallic gold. They pretty much always carry golds and silvers in the specialty papers in the catalog. So you just look for specialty papers if you're browsing on the internet. That's pretty good. I usually just eyeball it, but that was pretty good. And let's see. I think I said garden green. Is that garden green? Yeah. For my stamp. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and just bring this up here. Just for the heck of it. That way I can practice stamping first too. Make sure I've got it on there straight. Because sometimes my stickers, I'll put it on there and my sticker will be straight, but then the stamp itself is not, because the sticker's not on the stamp straight. Does that make any sense? But I think we're good. I'll make sure I got it inked up good. And then I'm going to stamp this a little bit to the top. Not quite in the middle, just a little bit. But between the center of my strip of gold and the edge of my paper, just center that as best I can. I just kind of want to hold it there. I don't really want to rock this one, because sometimes if you rock them, you'll catch an edge that's got ink on it that shouldn't have ink on it. And then it gets on your paper. Here we go. It's a tiny bit crooked, but I'm okay with that. I'll go ahead and glue this inside. Lay this inside. I'm gonna put up my... Well, no, I'm going to leave that out because I'm going to stamp my joy in the green also. So, let's go ahead and glue this down. But yeah, this is a pretty easy card. The most difficult part of this card, and it's not even hard, the most time-consuming part of this card is probably coloring that embellishment, this little thing, and then putting adhesive on the back of it to lay it down on your paper, to lay it down. And then I try to just do this, eyeball it evenly from the bottom and the two sides. I usually just look down here, and I don't have it up there where you can see it, but I try to look here and here, and try to make it about the same all the way around, and then you'll usually have plenty of room to close your card if you do it like that. All right, now let's go ahead and stamp the word joy on this little piece right here. Now I'm trying to remember. Okay, I think I did it straight across. Nope, wait a minute. Hang on a minute, let's see. I think I did it so that this is like, this line right here is my center line. Let me see, let's do this. Now this one is a photopolymer stamp, so I do want to use my mat here, my stamping mat. And if I want my center to be here, put that little piece that goes in, we'll line it up on the, with that little place right there. Let's see. Right. So where it goes in, right here. So I got my line there. Where it goes in here, I got my line there. So that's kind of like the center. If I can pick my fingers up without moving the, and I did, I moved it. All right, try to get it. Did I move it again? I don't think so. I think it's close. All right, Joy also stamped in green. I'm gonna stamp off, I think. Must be a game or something up the road. There's a high school up the road for me. And I think sometimes, like, they do, like, scrimmage games and stuff up there on the weekends. Because I hear people up there cheering Or it might be like a community team that plays or something. I'm not sure. And then usually in the evenings, when during football season, I'll hear the marching band up there playing. It's probably about a mile up the road from my house as the birds fly. Oh, got ink everywhere. Hang on, because that is going to make a mess. I had that problem the last video I did earlier today because it's daytime and I don't usually do my videos during the day. And I think it's just the fact that my light's different during the day, and I've got shadows that I don't usually have when I'm in here in the evening. I have different shadows, and I've kind of gotten used to working in here at night, but I don't work that much in here during the day. All right, I'm hoping that that's kind of centered and in the right place. I'm gonna hold it there for a second, let the ink go in pretty good. Try to. Hopefully that's pretty good. I'm okay with that. And I'm gonna go ahead and glue it onto this. Actually, no, I'm not. I got to stamp my little red dots. This is Poppy Parade is the red. I'm pretty sure this is the red that's in this set. Yeah, I think it's Poppy Parade. It's the red on the paper. So where is my, I didn't bring out my dot stamp. Let's see. Dots. Where are you? There's the dots. Okay. Did they came out of that set too? Let me see. I think they did. Yes, they came out of this same Merriest Moments set. Some little dots. There's dots in lots of sets. So if you like the dots and you want the dots, you can probably find them in another set. So I'm going to stamp off and then stamp on. Stamp off and then stamp on. Stamp off. It's kind of looking like it's got the measles or something. There we go. All right, that's pretty good. If you don't like the dots, don't put the dots. I just kind of wanted to put a little red on there. But you don't have to do that if you don't want to. Dots on my board here. It's kind of weird. All right, excuse me a minute. Let's see. Put this on there. All right, let's go ahead and put glue on the back of this a little bit. Again, it's a little bit of a slippery paper that we're gluing this onto. So you get it on there, you don't want to move it because you move it and then it dries in the wrong spot. But I told you I kind of offset the little pieces here. So let's see if I can get it where I want it to go before the glue starts drying. There we go. That's pretty good. All right, we will set that aside now. Then we have this little guy that we need to color. Let me put my little pen in my glue so I don't had trouble with getting my glue drying out on me. Put that over here. That's got to be cleaned off. Let's see. I used somewhere. I put them. Okay. Shaded spruce because I don't have garden green. There's not a garden green blend brush. And I don't have the Stampin' Right markers because there would be a shaded spruce in that. So I'm using the dark shaded spruce blender pen and the dark Poppy Parade for the berries. And I'll show you how I did that, but I'm not going to do the whole thing because I have another one I've already completed. But I took the little nubby end, not the brush end of the pen, of the marker. And I'm just going down the stems. And since I'm using the blender pen, I'm trying to be careful up there at the chair where the berry would go, to not let it bleed into where the berry, because this will bleed into this wood a little bit too if you're not careful. So So that's all you have to do. It doesn't take long. And then after it's soaked in a little bit, I might go back over it again a little bit more, because it will soak a little bit and evaporate a little bit. If you go over it again, you can maybe make it a little darker. This is a very delicate, see, you can see how narrow these little pieces are of wood. So it is pretty delicate. Actually, I broke my first one when I was taking the stickies off the back. So, just fair warning, especially, see, that one seems like it's really loose. I think the one I broke, though, was the one down here on my other card. But I glued it back together. I glued it onto the card and just kind of pieced it back in there like a puzzle, and then sort of covered it up with my tag. It worked. All right, so here I've got one already finished. And as a matter of fact, because I told you the most difficult part, or the most time-consuming, was putting your little dots on the back. So I've already put my dots on the back, and then I just have to glue the stickies off, take the stickies off. So that's ready for the front. I'll go ahead and tie my little bow here too while I'm at it. We'll have everything ready to go on the front of the card in just a minute. Yeah, there's people cheering. There's something going on up there. I can hear people cheering. It makes me want to go up there and see what's going on. It is a pretty day to be outside doing something. I will say that. That's probably just about right. It might be a little smaller than my other one, but I like that size. I think that's good, and I'm going to stick with it right there. All right, awesome. I think we've done all our stamping. We've done all our little work. All right, so now I've got to put my piece that was drying over here. We've got to trim it. We've got to lay it on our card and then trim it down. Let me get my silicone mat again, because the glue, again, might go off the edge. See, now that's still showing up, that glue that I smeared on there. I'm going to put it at the bottom, and then some of that might not show as much because it'll be distracted from my sentiment. So yeah, just be careful when you're working with the glue on these specialty papers. So see, I did it this way so I could make sure, you know, because you're kind of cutting it close right here and cutting it close a little bit right here to have enough to lay down on the paper. And I'm kind of going to look and see where it needs to go, because I want to leave room for this. Now we can glue this down. I mean, you could do it different. You could do this, or you could do it, you know, down the side like this if you wanted to. Just in this case, if you were to do it this way, you'd need to make sure that these were, you know, even. And you would want just a tiny bit longer piece too. So since I don't know exactly where my glue goes, I'm just going to cover the whole thing. And because I got my silicone mat, it won't matter. It'll just come detached from my silicone mat. And so I'm not really concerned about it. All right, this needs to be here. So I don't want to interfere with that. I want to make sure the gold is on the paper. And I've got maybe a half an inch down from the top on the right side. About a half an inch maybe. Okay. Try not to get glue on my gold again. We'll push that down. Okay, there we go. All right, so there's that. And I'm gonna flip this over so that back there can dry, because I'll need to trim all that off. Let's see. I probably should have glued that before I did some of this other stuff. So now I can't really. I've got everything else done on the front. Okay, so let me check my time. Second card 2. I don't really want to start card 2. While I'm waiting for this to dry, let's just do this. While I'm waiting for that to dry. So I've got these 3 cards that I'm going to do. So I'll do 3 separate videos. So this is video 1 of 3. Again, I'm Kimberly O'Brien. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. The best way to reach me is on my cell phone. You can leave me a message, and then we can call and talk after. 864-752-5688. And if you don't already have a demonstrator, I would love to be your demonstrator. And if you want to help me figure out, you know, work on my mission to send out cards to as many people as possible, let me know. We'll figure that out too. So another card that I'm going to be doing a videos for, this is my prototype card that I did using it's in the mini catalog. Yeah, I was trying to think if it's already out or not. It's called Magical Meadow. A beautiful set. So I just used this stamp and this stamp on this set. On this particular card. I'm going to be working on one where I'm using more of the stamps, but I just wanted to do this one to start with because it's pretty simple. It comes with all these beautiful dies. So there's dies. Oh, actually, I've stamped these on a card here. I'm trying to get caught up on this sort of thing because this helps me see what I have when I take my stamp sets and stamp them down. So that's one of our sentiment steps, stamp sets, Night Divine Suite, Night Divine Bundle. This is the die set. So obviously the die set doesn't cut out any stamps, but it's just a standalone die, and it's gorgeous. So I've got a bunch of these cut out. This is an old set, but I was pulling it out to use some of the sentiments on it, so I went ahead and put it on a paper too. Because when I'm making cards to send to friends and stuff, I can send them the old stuff. And this is an old set. This is some more old sentiments here. All right, this is the bundle that I used to this. So there's all the stamps. I'm trying to let that dry and not get something stuck on it. This is the stamps from this set, all stamped out. And then here is where I cut the dies, the things that had dies. So there are a lot of standalone dies in this set. For instance, this one, this one, this one, and this one. There's not a stamp in here that you would cut these from. This one, this one, this one, and this one. Okay, they're just standalone dies. This is also a standalone die. I don't know how well you can see it. They made the shape kind of like these trees, so I'm not real sure what the point of that was. I'll have to go see if somebody else has got that figured out, but you could just put this some spot on your paper, and it has this little embossed section with the snowflakes. I haven't used it except for that. All right, and then the stamps that you can die cut all of these. So this one die cut, so there it is just stamped, and there it is where I stamped and die cut it. Okay, and then here's this one. There's where I've stamped this long one right here. I stamped it here, and I stamped off and stamped it again. Here's where I've die cut it. Oh, the other dies. There's a holly leaf and little berries. There's not a stamp to go with it, but there's a holly leaf and berries in the die set. So that's really cool too. Okay. So there's that one and that one. And here's this one with the berries. There's where I stamped it and then cut out my stamped image. There's this one. I've stamped it here and cut out my image. This one is here, and then this one. So all of these can be die cut out. Every image can be die cut out. And then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 additional die cuts. So there's a total of, did I tell the number of dies? I don't think I said how many there are. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 dies. And 9 stamps. Very beautiful set. So this card, I'll be doing some different versions of this card to show you, and we'll be making this one. That after I get through with these 3 cards here that we're finishing up today, I'll be doing this one. All right, so moving, this should be dry enough where I can trim it up now. Now it's got a little bit of goo. I'll have to wash my scissors. And it's the weirdest thing. When I was in here last night, I had 2 pairs of snips on my desk. And now I can't find, but I only have 1. I don't know where the other pair got to. And I was in here, and I was like, okay, where'd my other scissors go? I probably set them down and covered them up somewhere. Man, I don't know. I might have carried them to the other side of the room, but I've got scissors on the other side of the room, so I don't know why I would have carried them over there. You can save that and use it for something if you want to, but I'm throwing it away. I'm usually pretty good about trying to use up scraps and stuff, but sometimes I'm just like, okay, I've got too much to do. I'm not going to take the time to try to figure out what I can use that for. All right, so isn't that pretty? That's so pretty. And that goes on the front of our card, which I put somewhere. It's garden green. And I put it somewhere. Kim, where did you put it? Is it back here with the other cards? It is. It's back here with the other cards. So here we go. And it's going to go on the front here. And since I don't have a bow or anything or a ribbon to tie around it, I can go ahead and glue it down. And then we'll do our, finish up the front with all our embellishments and such. Oh, I can't believe we're already into November. This is what did I say today? It's the 5th. Gosh, time just flies. So tomorrow, the 6th, are 2 of my kids. I got twins, a boy and girl, and their birthday is tomorrow. They're going to be 30. My boy-girl twins are going to be 30 tomorrow. So, and then later in the week, we have a funeral. My mother-in-law, their grandmother, passed away 2 Mondays ago. She passed away on the 23rd of October. And so her funeral is Thursday. So I think all 3 of my kids are coming. And spouses. 2 of them have spouses. And I think all of my husband's family's coming. As far as I know, they are. And so there's some from out of town that I don't see that often. So that'll be nice. All right, I need some dimensionals here. I'll find them. Got a little bit left on there. There's some minis. I have to get out a new pack of the big ones. I think I'm going to just use these up like this. Cut these down a little bit. And there's a dimensional right there. Oops. Get that one. Okay, so I'm gonna glue this here, and then I'm gonna put this on top of it, and I want it to be about right here, and it'll be partly on top of this little embellishment. So I don't want to glue, I don't need to put a dimensional there. So I want to make sure my dimensionals are more over here, so they don't interfere with my little stem right there. So I'll just probably put them from midway over, approximately, and that should be enough. Oops, come here. There. Okay. Now, very gently, I want to remove. So I used my pick tool this sharp end to pull these off earlier, and then I think I pushed too hard and broke that one off. So I'm not going to use this. This time I'm going to just use my fingernails. They will come up with your fingernails. They're not that hard to pull up. But if you do, you have to use your pick tool. Just be extra gentle taking them off so you don't break your stems like I did. And, you know, I still could break it if I just bend it too hard. This would be one of the cards, if you're going to put it in the mail, I would definitely put an extra piece of cardstock over the front of my card to protect this going through the postal thing. And I would also buy one of those non-machinable stamps. They cost more than a regular stamp, but they're not as much as 2 stamps. But they're not supposed to run them through the machine when they put that on there. But I usually, if I take it to the post office, I'll ask them to stamp it on there too, make sure they see it. Because like I got one in the mail the other day from somebody and she had a non-machinable thing on it. They machined it anyway. But thankfully, the card itself survived. The envelope was torn up pretty bad, but the card survived. So I'm gonna kind of hold this up here again so I can kind of look again where I need everything to go, because that's going to be there and this is going to be about right there. And I'm gonna stick it on. Hope y'all saw all that. Yeah, make sure I'm in the video here. And then we'll take the stickies off the back of my Joy thing right here. So again, this is video 1 of 3. It'll be 3 cards. Then I'm modeling after another set of cards that I did that were not Christmas cards. So it shows how you can change things out and make them different. You don't have to make them just because I'm showing you this in a Christmas card. You could do this same design without it being a Christmas card. So, Joy, are you straight? With my card. I usually do a pretty good job of just eyeballing stuff, which I prefer to just do that. Okay. Starting to get dark, y'all. It's 5:40. I hate it. It's almost, I mean, there's a little bit of light out there, but not much. All right, so let's do, I've lost my I had some tiny glue dots, but I can't find them, so I'm going to have to use one of these bigger ones. I'm going to put it right here under my Joy, under the O. Right there. Take it off. There we go. And put my little bow here on the glue dot. Goes right there. I can't see it real well, but I'm pretty sure that's where it is. And then I'm going to trim my little edges of my bow so that they're not hanging out. All right, so pretty. And let's see, and then I need to get my let's pick those up. Get my not dimensionals, embellishments, these little gold embellishments, and put them on here. This set has some big ones and some smaller ones. It's 2 sizes. Alrighty, so let's see. Sometimes these go flying away, so just gotta be careful. I'm gonna put it over here, and I get the little one now and put a little one over here. Where do I want it? Here, up here, maybe over here, down here. No. I think I'll just put it like right there. Let's flip it on the right side. There we go. And it turned out really cute. So, here's our finished card. There you go. And there was my original of Christmas one, and then my original that I kind of copied it from off of was this one. And so we've still got two more to go on this for this set. So we've got 2 more to do, and so there'll be 2 more videos to show how to make these cards. And again, if you want to get some card kits from me, I have some that are Christmas, some that are not Christmas, and you'll have everything you need to make the cards. Or 4 cards, 2 designs, everything you need but the stamps. And if you order a $35 order, I'll send that to you for free, for no additional charge. And if you spend $50, I'll send you that card kit and an additional bonus gift. Again, if y'all have any questions, best way to reach me is 864-752-5688. Send me a text message, and I will get back with you, and then we can talk on the phone, figure out what I can help you with, or how you would like to help bless my ministry. And I guess that's it. Kimberly O'Brien, Stampin' Up, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. I'm in South Carolina. And I'm here to spread the joy of cards. So I hope that you'll come back and visit me again. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so. That means a lot to me. I'm trying to get up to my 50. All right, you all have a great evening and a great week ahead. And I'll come back soon with videos 2 and 3 of this set. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Bye-bye.